Welcome back. You are watching The Noni Show and I'm your lovely host, Noni Karaoke. We are talking to Mr. Leakey about the pageantry industry in Kenya and the world at large. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Leakey, there's something that we're not clicking. There's a button we're not pressing, South Africa, for example, is making steps, huge steps in the pageant industry. And it's amazing because our girls have a very short time of preparation and all, and they end up doing so well, And that goes to show that if given the right time, the right training, the right support, they can do so much. There's something else you also said, that we need to look at this not just as any other thing that the girls are doing, it's a career, So what do you think organizations should do?
I think we need to take it a bit serious. For example, it's not rightful to say, but I was appointed at the organization of Miss Universe this year.
Yeah.
The girls were asked to send a video. The next time, there are 10 contestants, then 9, then the event is done. Then there's a winner.
Yeah.
From the production, it looked like it was a very rushed thing. And I remember the last 2 days I've been having phone calls from the media asking me, hey, why is the event done? We didn't know about it. We were not called.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, I'm not involved. So then give us the number. So I had to give the number of the winner because I don't know who the organizers are and stuff like that. So if then there was an organization, I can say, oh, it's a very beauty college that is doing it. You can call them and find out. It's Ashley's and stuff like that. It's Pambazuka and stuff. But see, any other time anybody can do anything, and now that's a big problem that is going to cost pageantry, and we look so disorganized. So we can't even pitch for our events.
Yeah.
Now, what needs to be done is early preparation. Most of the countries you find a winner wins and has 1 year for preparation.
Yes.
That means in terms of etiquette and all these things, she's ready. I mean, she knows this is how I can go and look for sponsorship as myself. This is what I need to do for charity and all that.
Yeah.
So what we are missing is good planning and preparation. And without good planning in anything, you're born to fail. And that's what is one of the problems that we have in Kenya. We want to run, we know we are supposed to do, send a lady to Miss World or Miss Universe, Miss Earth and stuff in probably December, where most of the pageants are done. But you wait for October to start running, you will not achieve. If you start in January, if you don't have money, by the time you get into November, to maybe March, things are not right. Let me cut on this and stuff like that. So we may not, it's not all about money, it's about preparation. For example, when you were doing Miss World in the 90s, late 90s, we had the biggest fashion houses being part of the pageant, like African Heritage, which is the biggest African designer in Kenya or Eastern Central, or they need. So if you call, for example, Safaricom and tell them, I'm working with African Heritage. They know African Heritage, they know the reputation. So, yes, this is a place where we don't even need due diligence to find out exactly what's up.
Yeah.
We are lacking that. So, lack of planning, lack of just trying to say, Leakey is my competitor, but he has vast experience. Can I get him to just advise? And if he's advising on the background, I might get 1, 2, 3. I don't have all the ideas and stuff like that. For example, I'm not an analog person. I'm not a digital person, I'm analog. So if I can tell Noni, come in and help me with the digital angle, I've added 2% or 3% that I didn't have. And that's what we don't want as people in this career, to bring people or expertise to help. Yeah, so I think that needs to be sorted, where we say, when we go there, it's Kenya. Anybody who is out there as a pageant winner, of course, if you're in pageantry, they'll ask, hey, Leakey, because most of the people don't know the difference.
Yeah.
It's Miss World happening or Miss Universe.
Yeah.
Somebody will call Miss Kamunge, hey, Nimono, Mr. Miss World, she didn't know ABCD.
Yeah.
Mrs. Kabuki is not involved. She does Miss Art and Miss Tourism.
Yes.
But she wouldn't say, oh, I don't know that.
Yeah.
Because we're the pageant, we have to
support each other.
We must be responsible for our downfalls.
Yes.
So what I urge is all of us to try and understand that the more we work together, the more we make this a powerful Nini.
Yeah.
We haven't lost much. I think the only people who we can say are giving a competition in this part of Africa is South Africa and Nigeria. And it can take just a switch.
Yeah.
Because Kenyan are dedicated, they are working to just turn the ball around.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. So to the organizations out there who are handling, the pageants in Kenya, kindly organize them in time. Don't rush the girls, because also we have, let me speak also as a queen, there's a lot of pressure once you are on that international platform, competing with people who've been practicing for an year, grooming, getting all that done. So we need time, for preparation, and also for you as the organizers to get in the sponsors, the right support, media attention, which goes a long way in helping once you travel out there for the pageant. I have a problem also with our pageant organizations in Kenya. When it comes to the requirements, for the ladies to get in, we have been stuck. We've been stuck at the requirements of height, especially, This is pageantry. You get, for example, in Kenya, mostly they take maybe 5'6" or 5'7" and above, But if you look at the international standards, they're taking 5'4" and above. This leaves out a lot of girls, a lot of potential. We lose a lot of potential who could go out there and shine, and probably maybe even bring the crown home. Why is this trend in Kenya, although we are losing it? So why is it there?
I think, for example, when we were doing it, I don't know if there's change, but the rules were 5'8" and above, 36, 24, 36 in terms of body measurement and stuff like that. But that's not a casting stone that it must be that 5'8", 5'7". I'll give a good example. One of the most successful or best performing Miss World Kenya was the very dark girl. What's the name? The Kalenjin. Magdalene was, I think she's like a 5'5", but she made it in top 10. Yeah. If then we're going with the rules of 5.8, then she wouldn't have been anywhere in the top 20. Yeah. I think just that sticking with the rules. Rules are there to be broken a little when we have an extraordinary. For example, let's get off pageantry a bit. When you go to a runway, high fashion, one of the most successful fashion model is Kate Moss. Kate Moss was like a 5'4", but when you go to that stage, all those tall ladies couldn't match her. Yes. And if you go back to her history, she's one of the most successful models. But before she came in, if you're not a 5'9", 6", then you can't go into the NBA. And that is actually changing. So I think it's just a perception that if I take somebody who is shorter than 5'4", then they will not perform. And you realize in the past, I think like Supernatural or something, there are some very short girls. I think like Miss Australia was like a 5'3", but she was striking. I mean, everybody would notice her in those prediction, what are they called? Bloggers. Universe. She was all over the bloggers and as a top contender. Yes.
Yes, and I'm going to speak because I mean, like, I'm the shortest Miss Earth Kenya. That did not stop me from, going all the way, achieving all the titles and all that I achieved. Look at South Africa; they are at the front of breaking the stereotypes. Short hair or bald or plus size. Because what I believe is pageantry is about leadership, getting leaders, people who can lead the younger girls, into a future that you want, a better future. Representatives, who can be sent to organizations to represent, their organization. And leaders come in all types of, shapes, sizes, height, So I think we need to let loose a bit and focus on what people have to offer apart from their physical qualities, you know.
True.
So yeah, and I think that is going to help us make steps. You were recently appointed a judge at an international pageant, which is not even your first time. Tell us about it.
I've been in the industry for quite some time, like you've heard, and attended some of those prestigious Miss World, Miss Universe and stuff. So last year, when Miss Earth was doing their event, which was virtual, and virtual you can't just do it in one day, because it takes time. Probably somebody from some country where we are very lucky, our internet speed is a bit fast. But when you're judging that, you must be patient. Somebody has put maybe their video and internet is crazy, so they have to go off. So though we really wanted different judges, I think almost close to 30 judges judged Miss Universe, Miss Earth last year. And one of my mentors, great friend, Dr. Nyamu, who had the franchise before, was asked to get them somebody who has been in the industry for long. So he called me and asked me if I'm interested, and at that point introduced me to the communication and marketing directors of Miss Earth. So we started talking, I sent my CV and they were very impressed. And that's how I got into the judging academy for Miss Earth. So this year again, they called me and says, "Oh, you did a good job. We want you to be part of the creative judging." And wow, like I said in the beginning, I love doing this. And I'll do it every day. I'll do it at my 90 if God blesses me to be there. And I just enjoy it. So that's how I got myself there. And I thank God for the opportunity. I mean, most of the people I started with gave up on pageantry. They thought it's not paying, so we don't want to be part of it. But it was something that I see that one day we'll have that breakthrough. There's nothing much that South Africa is doing that we're not doing. It's just that we're not doing it the right way. Yes.
Congratulations on that. Maybe, I know it's exciting, you know, having to do and get involved in a virtual beauty pageant. Who would have thought we can ever have a virtual beauty pageant? But COVID came and stopped reggae. You know, and we had to start adapting to these new ways of doing things. It's exciting. How was your experience, and how was the judging maybe from last year and now? Have we made steps as far as adapting to the new normal, as they call it? How are we doing as the world?
I think this caught us by surprise, but the West already knew about COVID in 2019. Because when I went for World Miss University in Korea in December of 2019, already there were some questions that I had, the forms that I had to fill. I was saying, if you've been coughing the last 2 weeks, you have to declare. If you don't declare and they find out, there's a fine of about 20 million worth Kenya shillings. I didn't think about it. I thought that's a norm. But when March 13th came and they were talking about this COVID stuff, it hit me back what I saw in Seoul when I went to Korea for the event. So anyway, to speed the need, when I was doing the virtual for last year, there was so much that Miss Earth was learning. And compared to this year, like last year, we only judged like 7 contestants. I think it was Pacific Asia alone. This has changed, like in that 30 minutes or 1 hour, we judged 29 people. This time wasn't the way you dance in the park and stuff like that, and you're live. These girls didn't come live; they just sent their submissions, and that's what we were judging, which made work easier. Nobody was disappointed. You don't feel, you know, like last year there was so much disappointments. You're there, the judges can't hear you. You just gone blank and stuff like that. So I think to just congratulate Miss Earth being the only pageant that was able to do a world event, Earth event, virtual, and still decided we're not ready, this pandemic is not gone, let's do it virtual again, despite people fighting them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think I would appreciate and just congratulate them for a good job and the opportunity that they gave the young people to participate. For example, Miss International, they've not done it for 2 years because of the pandemic. They were supposed to do it after the Olympics in Japan. Then immediately after the Olympics, the numbers went up. Now they're celebrating 60 years of Miss International. They had to move it to next year. So again, they didn't have that boldness like the Filipinos, the Miss Earth had to just go virtual and tell guys, mbaya, but at least we're giving guys opportunity. Because I feel so bad for that girl who is turning 29.
Oh.
And probably she was 27 in 2019. She's not gone for 2 years.
Yeah.
Now she can't do it because of the age
bracket. Amen.
Yes.
All right. We are learning so much from Mr. Leakey about the pageantry industry, and as you've heard, times are changing. So if you don't catch up, this flight is leaving. Things are going virtual. We are competing virtually. They are judging virtually. You have to keep up with what is happening for you. To get where you want to be. You have to be ready for anything. If they tell you are doing a virtual pageant, you have to be ready and look into what goes to making you successful into that. Mr. Leakey, tell us to those who are aspiring to be models and even those who are already in the industry wanting to be beauty queens, as a judge, as someone who is looking maybe for a beauty queen to represent an organization, what are you looking for? What should they work on?
Before you'd mentioned pageantry is not about your body, it's not about your looks, it's about leadership.
Yeah.
Just to take you back, the reason why pageantry started in 1951, the Miss World, Mr. Eric Morley and her beautiful wife, Julie Morley, was to bring the world together, because the world had just gone through the Second World War and people are just think about the world, and they didn't want another third world because the first had happened, second. Now when the third was going to happen, it's like, let's get the world to have something happy, and happy is what? Beautiful people and stuff
smiling.
like that. And African can come and talk to the British can talk to America, and not through gun, through love. So what I would advise is, like we said, there are over 50 pageants in Kenya. There's Miss Plus, there's Mrs. Universe, there's all that. All we need is your patience. How well do you understand? First, what do I want to do? I want to be Miss Earth.
Yeah.
What is it all about? Do a lot of research about it. But the most important thing is your inner beauty. We are 60% is judged from who you are. Most of the time you'll find people complaining, Ule number 2 should have been number 1 or number 3, she's more beautiful. But probably they don't understand there was a prejudging. The 1 month, probably number 3 had it in terms of the outer beauty, but the inner beauty was a bit not correct. So before you go into pageantry, just understand what this pageantry stands for. Do I have it? Can I build it and stuff like that? So a lot of people go, you ask them, why have you entered the pageant? Oh, I just look like a model. Oh, my friends have pushed me.
I've been told I look like a model.
So that does not make you a queen, unless you're just doing a runway to sell clothes and stuff like that, but not to sell a pageant itself. Yes.
And for those who don't know, the modeling industry is quite wide. We are talking about pageantry today, which is a different kind of modeling.
Yes.
I believe it's the most purposeful, where you have a vision, you are representing, you're giving back to the society. But you could get to commercial, you could get to runway, high fashion. We are going to discuss about those other types of modeling later, but this is pageantry. Thank you so much, Leakey, for all the insightful comments you've given us, the advice you've given us, coming from someone who is so experienced. I am honored. I am still learning also. And yes, thank you so much. Maybe your final word and where we can find you on social media for those who want to connect with you further. That's your camera.
What I would say is pageantry is a stepping stone. Some of the beauty queens, apart from just being queens, it has given them opportunity to become great actresses, great runway models. I'll just give an example like Lupita Nyong'o.
Yeah.
Before she became who she is today, she was Miss Malaika, and I remember Kenyans talking, oh, because she's won, because she's the dad was a minister and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes, I mean, guys talk about it, but again, if you don't take it to your advantage, then it kills you. So, and a number Kenyans have performed very well. I remember Yolanda Masinde was in top 10, performed very well. Esther Were, just putting Kenya in that map. And for a fact, and you can go back to your Google is a good nini, Miss World, Miss Universe, and one of those big pageants. They're the most viewed. There's a record that 2.3 billion people watch that event live. It can only be compared with the World Cup opening ceremony or closing of the Olympics. That means the Olympics and the World Cup takes a week or a month. As it takes a few hours. That means, and it's yearly. Means Olympics takes 4 years or 5 years. World Cup does the same. So if you compare the maths, that means pageantry still has the biggest viewership, and the viewership means good in terms of commercial, good monies. So let's give this good packaging for us to be able to make it commercial and viable venture in terms of a business. So, like I started, I just want the people who are getting into organizing, apart from the models, let's work together, just find out what exactly is needed. Like my friend Dr. Nyamu has a book about 60 pages about pageantry, how to organize it and stuff like that. I'm there to help you if you need some assistance. You can find me at Leakey Odera on Twitter, on Facebook, on IG. I just said I'm not digital, but at least I try. And the young people, if you see that's your vision, kindly just do a lot of research. Like I said, don't just jump anywhere. I've been having a lot of calls, girls being asked to go for auditions for TV commercial, but they've been asked to pay. Nobody pays for auditions for TV. Guys pay for auditions maybe for pageantry and stuff like that, but nobody should tell you to pay for commercial for TV. Nobody should tell you to do favors for them in terms of in kind to be what you are. I mean, your talent is your talent. If you can't make it through Leakey Odera, you'll make it through somebody else. So before I close, just thank God and thank you, Noni, for giving me this opportunity. Anytime you want something to do with pageantry, I'll be a call away. And I thank God for giving me these extra years to work with the young people. And asante sana. Thank you, Kenya.
All right, asante pia baba. We are humbled to have you. I mean, we can never have enough knowledge. We keep on learning, and it's good to know that we have people out there who can hold our hands, and guide us to the right direction so that we can also guide the next generation. And we keep doing this for each other as a society, and we keep on growing. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for following these conversations. I know you have a lot of questions. Kindly drop them in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, share with someone who wants to become a model out there, and also give us suggestions if you want a topic you'd love us to discuss. Talk to me. Also find me on social media at Noni Karaoke across all platforms. Thank you so much. We've come to the end of today. This was brought to you by Kamunge Original. They specialize in videography, photography, all your production needs. Contact them for the best quality services. Until next time, my name is Noni Karaoke.